Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I'm Paul, a software engineer, and my work-from-home schedule often means late nights. Most of my colleagues are across different time zones, so I'm frequently debugging complex systems long after my wife, Vivian, and our 5-year-old daughter, Liv, have gone to bed. Our house is a charming old place, a bit isolated, with a refurbished attic that Liv absolutely loves as her bedroom and play space. For peace of mind, we have a network of smart cameras, especially one focused on Liv's bed in her attic room. They're usually a comfort, a way to check on her without disturbing her sleep. About 4 nights ago, just after 2 a.m., I was deep in a rabbit hole of code when my phone buzzed with a motion alert from Liv's attic camera. My first thought was Liv probably had a bad dream, or maybe Vivian went up to check on her. I tapped the notification, pulling up the live feed, ready to see a sleepy Liv being comforted by her mom. What I saw made my blood run cold. There, sitting perfectly upright on Liv's bed, were Vivian and Liv. They were side by side, facing the camera, utterly motionless. Their night vision images were stark, black and white, but the details were disturbing. Their faces were too smooth, too perfect, like porcelain dolls. And their eyes, oh God, their eyes were unnaturally bright, glowing with an almost milky luminescence, fixated directly on the camera lens. They weren't moving, not even the subtle shifts of a waking person. Just sitting, staring, breathing so imperceptibly, I couldn't be sure they were breathing at all. My programmer's brain immediately jumped to technical glitches. Buffering issues, a frozen frame. I closed the app, reopened it. The image remained identical. Then I got a sickening feeling, the kind that crawls up your spine. This wasn't a glitch. This felt deliberate. I snatched my phone and called Vivian. It rang twice before she answered, her voice thick with sleep. "Hello," she mumbled, clearly groggy. "Vivian, hey, are you okay? Are you in Liv's room?" I asked, my voice tight. No, Paul, I'm in bed. What time is it?" she yawned. My heart slammed against my ribs. I'd just seen her in Liv's room. I looked at the screen again. They were still there, the digital doppelgangers. "Vivian, listen to me," I said, struggling to keep my voice steady. "I need you to put me on speaker. I'm looking at Liv's camera feed, and I see you and Liv in her room, sitting on her bed, staring at the camera." Silence from her end for a long moment, then a confused, "What? That's ridiculous. Liv's right here next to me." I heard rustling, then her voice, sharper now, tinged with a dawning fear. "Okay, I'm pulling it up on my phone." Another beat of silence, then a sharp, guttural gasp like she'd been punched. "Paul, oh God, Paul, they're still there. They're still looking." Her voice escalated into a terrified shriek. "They're not us. Liv's right here, oh my God." "Get out, get Liv, get out of the house now," I barked, adrenaline flooding me. "Go to the motel down the road. I'll meet you there after I figure this out." I heard her frantic movements, muffled cries, Liv's sleepy protests in the background, then the clang of the front door. The line went dead. I stared at my phone, at the 2 still figures on Liv's bed, perfectly composed, perfectly wrong. They hadn't moved a millimeter. The real Vivian and Liv were safe, or at least, they were out of the house. That was the only thing that kept me from immediately bolting. I spent the rest of the night glued to the feed, trying to rationalize, trying to find a pattern. Their breathing on camera, though subtle, was erratic, not a loop. Their blinks were uneven, occasional, human-like, but devoid of life. As dawn broke, the sun streamed through Liv's attic window, and I could see the camera adjust, switching from night vision to color. And the figures, they were still there. Now in full color, their skin seemed unnaturally pale, their features too sharp, their eyes like glass. The light changed, but they remained. By morning, I called my friend Joseph, who's also a tech guy, but with a more open mind about the unexplained. He tried to offer technical explanations at first, deepfakes, advanced malware. But as I described the sheer, unwavering stillness, the way they never left the frame, his voice grew quiet. "That's unsettling, Paul. Like a digital haunting or some kind of residual echo caught in the server. A visual imprint, but with too much presence." He met me near the house. We didn't go in. Couldn't. I pulled up the feed again, standing 100 yards away. "Look, Joseph, just look." We watched for what felt like an eternity. Then, so subtle I almost missed it, the figure of Vivian on the screen, a single strand of hair completely separate from her body, seemed to drift a millimeter to the left, then back. A second later, Liv's head tilted, just barely, a fraction of an inch to the right, before returning to its original position. No draft, no visible cause, just a micro-movement that screamed, "We are here and we are watching." Joseph swore under his breath. "That's not a glitch, Paul, that's adaptive. They're adapting to the light, to the time. They're observing." We haven't been back to the house. The figures are still there. Always. Staring at the camera, staring at me. And I don't know what they want or what happens if I stop watching. I keep checking the feed from the motel. They haven't moved. They just are. I don't know if they're stuck or if they're waiting for us to come home.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.